What's up, guys?
Hey.
Lifestyle investing, where we invest based off our lifestyle to build future lifestyle. What's up, Mike? How you feeling?
Hey, good, man.
Yeah?
Yeah. Better now.
Better now. Better now. Post Malone, baby.
Everything.
Got the mojo back, man.
Yeah.
Dude, feeling good. Feeling real good right now. I'm ready to rock.
All right. I'm excited. I didn't even know what's going on.
Yeah, no, you have no idea. We were supposed to have a guest on tonight, but he had some business.
He got a
to
job.
attend.
Yeah, from one of his friends he does siding. And from one of his friends who's a painting contractor, got a siding job and had to be there at 5 o'clock today.
That's what you got to do, man.
Yeah. So that's
When
awesome.
opportunities come, you got to take them.
Networking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I always have ideas to talk.
Yeah, that's
right?
true. Yeah, I figured
Always.
we'd talk about something.
So this is what we're going to talk about.
Okay.
So I was reading this article on Bigger Pockets. So Bigger Pockets, anyone that doesn't know what Bigger Pockets is, it's one of the biggest. It's probably
One of the biggest pockets.
What kind of pocket?
A jean jacket.
Jean jacket. Do you own a jean jacket?
I feel like if I don't say yes, I'll be lying.
Interesting.
But I don't own one.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't own one either. I don't know many people that wear one.
Let's get jean jackets and put lifestyle investing.
Yeah.
Let's invest in jean jackets.
Yeah, I know. Huh. We'll see.
Maybe we can bring them back.
I know. Here we go.
Were they ever here?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there's a couple 90s shows that have
Yeah.
them, right?
Joey.
Whoa.
Do you even know what I'm talking
You're talking
about?
about Friends.
No.
Nah.
That's a different Joey.
There's a
I'm
Joey.
talking about Joey Lawrence from, I forget the name of the show. Maybe he was on Blossom. You remember Blossom?
Lost.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What was that? Yeah. Was that made in the 30s?
Yeah, 1930s.
I was thinking 1830s.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was carved on stone in the caveman days.
We've talked about nothing for 2 minutes. Let's get to it. So I was reading this article on Bigger Pockets. If you don't know, Bigger Pockets is the biggest real estate forum out there. If you want to know anything about real estate, you start there. That's a great foundation. They have articles, top people, network. They have a lot of meetups that they talk about as well,
Okay.
where you can meet up and talk to them, post
I'll
questions
put a link on
there.
there. I don't. I've never been there, so
It's huge.
even putting in the link on there, I will go check out the website.
100%.
Yeah.
Cool. Like it. This was the article I read. This guy said how I'd invest $100,000. So he talked about his specific thoughts on if he had $100,000. Maybe he already has. Maybe he has more. Maybe he has less. I don't know. But he's just talking in
With
general.
today's market.
Yeah, with today's market, $100,000. What would he invest in?
Okay.
Okay. So before we kind of like dive into that.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Pop quiz, hot shot.
Pop quiz, baby.
Yeah.
What would you do? What would you invest in?
Well, because I know about it, it would be real estate.
Okay.
Yeah, I would look for an opportunity to buy a 1 to 4. Well, I would probably go 2 to 4 unit.
Yeah.
This is just off the top of my head. I don't have a lot of time to think about this. I'm on the spot. But get a property that I can immediately start making income on.
Okay.
Yeah, and maybe use all but about 30,000 of it to actually acquire the property.
So like for the down payment.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
And then the rest to fix it up. And maybe I'd play with that math a little bit depending on what properties I'm looking at.
Obviously.
Just make sure I have enough left over to cover how much I think it'll cost plus about 20% buffer, and then use the rest as a down payment.
Okay.
That'd be the best as far as my wheelhouse, what I know. Because I'm thinking about what? Crypto? I don't know how that works. I'm scared. And stocks, which I know a little bit about.
Yep.
2 stocks.
Yeah.
A 3D printing stock and Under Armour. That's about all I know. I know I drink a lot of Starbucks, so I could probably buy Starbucks stock and I wouldn't go too wrong.
Sure.
I looked at Domino's stock the other day.
Really?
Yeah, because Domino's, they're putting out commercials right now that they have 150,000 across the country, 150,000 spots that they're now going to deliver pizza to. That's not a house or a business. It's the park, it's the beach.
Really?
Yeah.
So if you're in that actual location.
Yeah, they'll do it by GPS.
Really?
And you can, it's be like a Domino's hotspot or whatever. You can order pizza to Alki or whatever.
Wow.
Yeah, so I saw that commercial and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go check their stock price because I believe this idea is gonna blow up all over the country. People are going to start ordering when they're like out playing soccer, frisbee, whatever. Hey, you hungry? Hey, Domino's has that thing. Let's just order it to the park.
Yep.
I went and their stock was like $250 a share.
Really?
Yes. And it started at about 55
When?
back in like when they had that whole thing. I don't know if you remember, but they had the thing where like they were honest. They're like, we've been making really crappy pizzas, and we changed our recipe. Do you remember that? We're like, hey, they just basically came out in an ad campaign and said,
when was that? Like 5 years ago?
Might have been 10 years ago, yeah. Okay, we admit that we've been making really crappy pizzas. We're sorry. We're changing everything, and they've been doing great. So yeah, they totally blew up. So I was like, $250 a share. That's crazy.
I wonder. I'm actually just gonna pull it up. I'm really just.
So while he's looking that up, I'm gonna talk about a commercial I saw last night. Wells Fargo. They're doing this thing, and we both come from the retail banking, so we know Wells Fargo now has a commercial out that's saying, hey, we messed up, just like Domino's. Back in the 1890s, we started with this mission. We're restarting right now in 2018, saying we're not going to have banker product goals. So we're not going to pressure our employees based on goals because they just paid out that whatever billion or million or whatever it was because they put a lot of pressure on people. And we both know, as bankers in a retail bank, Bank of America, U.S. Bank, those are the two I worked at, there's tons of pressure to get checking accounts, credit cards, car loans, and it's a product goal. So it sounds like Wells Fargo is taking that out. So I have a feeling that Wells Fargo is going to experience a similar growth pattern over the next 10 years that Domino's did because they're changing it. And people are going to test it out, and it's going to get out there of like, whoa, yeah, Wells Fargo is way easier to work with than Chase or BofA or whatever.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's solid.
Side note.
Yeah,
tell me about Domino's.
I think that's good. Yeah. I mean, it looks like... So from
280, wow.
Yeah, I know.
So it already went up
280
like
right now
since the time I looked at it. So even if I would have trusted my intuition, because this was about a week and a half ago, and put money in, it would have went up by 10%. Because it was about 250 when I looked at it.
Yeah. And then a year ago it was at about like 220.
Okay.
You look at it about 5 years ago, it was under 100, about $75.
Whoa.
So yeah, it's been going up quite a lot.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, in the last month, like you said, it was about 245 about. Now it's at 280. So I mean that's pretty dang impressive. Wow. That could be something to look into, guys.
Yeah.
Domino stock.
Yeah.
And then Wells Fargo.
Yeah, Wells Fargo because they're changing their strategy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It could be like a 5-year play right there, and then double up just like Domino says. Interesting.
I know. Yeah. Well, I never would have thought about that kind of stuff without being on this show and having my mind open to opportunities. But it's cool how the process worked of like, whoa, saw this commercial. This could be big. Let me go check and see what it looked like. Because if it was below 100 a share, I was going to go online right then and start buying something. Yeah. But I got scared because I was like, I can only buy 4 shares. So I'm not going to do it.
Could be like Apple and then just be worth 900 a piece.
Yeah, right? That's true. Yeah.
Could be something crazy.
Or they could split. Yeah.
Exactly. You never know. But yeah, I mean, you just kind of like think of it like conceptually.
Yeah, $5 pizza should be $5 stock.
Yeah, I know, right? Like $280 per stock for pizza making company.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like you make pizza, bro.
Yeah.
What's that?
Some or some flour and water.
Yeah, some flour.
A little bit of tomatoes.
Like
pepperoni.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
So you know what I would do with 100? You have an unfair advantage because you read the article.
I did.
So I don't even think we should let you share. Jordan!
I know, right? All right. So I'll share my thoughts after we read this.
Okay, good. That's fair.
Is that kind of cool?
I agree with that.
I'm a fair guy.
Yeah, I know that's true.
Fair guy. Cool. So this is what he said. So first
give me
of all,
the top 3.
What?
Well, yeah, you can say your first of all, but I want to hear the top 3 things. Boom, boom, boom. Of what this guy said he was going to do.
All right. Well, first, before we kind of lay it out there, this is obviously coming from a real estate website.
Yeah, real estate website. Yeah.
Right. So people are clearly going to be heavy towards real estate, right? If this was, like some forum on Investopedia or a forum on like Motley Fool or like or like on a stock
or Bitcoin
thing. Like it allows you to be skewed different ways because you have a different audience on there, right?
What Bitcoins would you invest in if you had 100,000 to put into cryptocurrency? Yeah, I mean, it's not Bitcoins. Bitcoin's only just one of the many cryptos, but yeah.
Really?
It's like Q-tips. I just call all e-currency Bitcoin.
Okay, so first of all, this is what he says. The first one, 50 grand into the real estate. Second one, 25 grand into cryptocurrency. Third one, 25 grand into oil.
Oil?
That's what he says.
That's actually a good idea.
That's what he says.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oil's been on my radar a little bit recently, but it's just because things are, it's natural when the economy starts to do well, oil prices go up.
Yeah. And I like his reasoning. So let's kind of
let's dive into it. Let's hear why he thinks oil's going up.
Let's kind of like go like a little bit into it. So first of all, he says the 50 grand into to real estate. And then he said, obviously, like the strategy is up to you because in real estate you could buy, income producing property, cash flow more. You can try and do like a fix and flip. You can just invest into someone's like development.
Right.
Like there's a lot of different ways that you can do private lending. There's a lot of different ways that you can do it. So he was just throwing like a few different things, and obviously based off your lifestyle and what you want, it's going to be very, very different. Right, if you have a family, do you want to buy a fourplex, live in it, and rent out the other 3 units? Some people will be like 100%. Some people will be like, no, because my family.
Yeah.
Right? So there's different. Or do you want to do a fix and flip, but you work 70 hours a week? I don't know.
Right.
Are you an MLO where you're in the real estate industry already, and then maybe you can do a flip a lot easier because you're already like seeing deals and you're talking to realtors and you're a lot more flexible where you can make phone calls and stuff like that. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's really dependent. But anyways, $50,000 in real estate, which I think is good. I think it's a great idea because it's a safe bet, but the returns are still there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The returns are still there. Now, what he talks about with crypto. So first thing he said is he's like, I put the last $25,000 in a cryptocurrency. What the hell is going on there? Right? It is absolutely nuts. So I think most people that do hear this, they're like, really? $25,000, that's 25% of your investable assets in a cryptocurrency. I kind of like the idea. He talks about, he says he believes that crypto market is still a bust in a way. Wall Street is still not there, which is very weird. So when a bubble bursts, it's usually going to be Wall Street that jumps into investment first, and then it's mom and dads that are jumping in. So here it's a little bit different. You've got a lot of tech-savvy entrepreneurs that have jumped into crypto. Wall Street is now falling, and then it's going to be moms and dads later on. So what he's saying is, like right now, this initial wave is more just kind of like the younger people, the millennials, the tech guys, people that are up to date.
People that believe in it can see the value, see the long-term effects of it.
But it hasn't translated yet to Wall Street.
Right.
And then once Wall Street picks it up, then that's when it goes to the mom and dads, and then the normal people. So there's only been one wave so far. So he's basically seeing it as there's been one wave, but there's still 2 more waves to come. And the next 2 waves are going to be big waves.
Okay.
So I think that's what he's thinking real long term on that. And I
like when this younger generation comes up and is able to invest, I see that because there's the value that one of our guests talked about, which was with crypto, with the tracking, when crypto becomes a main form of trade and commerce as far as like buying goods, you'll be able to see all the way from the grain to the manufacturing to the loaf of bread in the store. So like through basically your phone, you'll be able to scan a barcode on a loaf of bread, and through the crypto be able to track, where did it come from, what part of the world, how many hands touched it. Like crypto will be able to show you that because you'll be able to track exactly, hey, which transactions happened on this loaf of bread. Yeah. So it's trippy and it's cool. And if you're like conscious about your footprint on the earth, crypto is going to be a tool to make sure that it's as little amount of harm as possible is caused by buying your products, which is a thing that more and more people are caring about. Yeah. And they're kind of going to put that money where their heart is there.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is like which crypto though.
Right.
That's
Titcoin.
Titcoin.
Yeah.
Really? What was that line in that song again?
Something about
focusing on
2 things
on
at
two
once.
things at once.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the name of the song? Kanye?
All Mine.
Okay, listen to All Mine by Kanye.
Yeah.
It was like a minute and a half in.
Yeah.
And he makes a comment about how to focus on 2 things at once.
That's right.
Yeah.
Multitasking.
There you go.
Exactly.
And that's something you don't want to put on your resumes anymore.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I'm a multitasker.
I know.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, you're an F off.
Pretty much.
You have ADD?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And then that's when you say, have you heard Kanye's song?
Yeah, exactly.
Have you heard that?
Yeah.
Kanye's doing pretty good, man.
Yeah.
I want to be like Kanye.
Yeah.
All right, so crypto. He puts $25,000 in crypto.
Okay.
I think the biggest thing that I love about, or why I'm a huge believer in that, is and I've talked about this before, is there's opportunities that come into our lives, like different stages in the lives, where like the return is so high, and granted the risk is pretty high too.
Yeah.
But like the return is so high that sometimes you just got to take that.
If you're with a comfortable amount of assets that hey, this is either win big or lose all kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's why I have some money in crypto.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's a long term thing.
Yes.
I'm thinking 5 years.
No, and it would actually not be a good move to get out of it.
No.
Because that's fear.
Yeah.
And you're not going to live by that because you even knew going into it, I'm either going to triple or I'm going to 10 times or I'm going to have
Lose it
0.
all.
So until you have 0, just leave it in there kind of thing.
Yep.
Or 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dude, I'm with you. Yeah. And that strategy, just based on inflation alone, is going to work out if you leave it in there long enough.
Unless
you know what I mean?
the crypto goes away.
Yeah, if the crypto actually disappears.
Yeah.
And there is a possibility of that. So that's when you're putting 25% of your investable assets into crypto.
Mm-hmm.
Do some research and try to increase your confidence or your lack of confidence in the stability and long-term survivability of that.
Yeah.
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 I want to hear about the oil because somebody was just telling me the other day that they were looking at oil futures because they think the oil prices are going to go up.
Let's see what he says about oil. He says, okay, I would put 25, I'm just going to read this whole thing. All right. I would put 25 grand in oil. Guys, oil has been at rock bottom prices. There are a lot of, first of all, this is delayed a few months.
Okay.
Just so, I mean, because the last couple months it's been going up.
Yeah.
But it's been, okay, so he says oil has been at rock bottom prices. There are a lot of ways to invest in oil, such as oil-related stocks. With the current economic climate and all the crazy stuff that is going on, if some kind of friction were to go on between certain countries and a war were to break out, it would be game over. The price per barrel of oil would go over 100, and you would absolutely make a fortune. Yes, it is very risky, but I'm a risk taker. I have a bit of money in oil right now because I kind of feel something might happen, though I hope it doesn't. You can also invest in an oil fund, but keep in mind it's hard to get with that particular bunch of people, so it may require networking. But there are opportunities out there. I am not an oil expert, so once again, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So
prices are low. Volatility, kind of like what we talked about with chocolate when we were talking about commodities.
Yep.
That if there's war in the areas that are the huge producers of a certain commodity, like there's this one Ivory Coast produced 70% of the world's chocolate. So if something happened over there, the prices go crazy. So investing in cacao will be a good investment in a time where there's political unrest or there's some kind of war.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I get that. I mean, we know where the oil comes from, right? Yeah, and so there's usually some kind of war going on over there. So it seems like more than likely oil over the long run is a safe investment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like it because even if it goes down, people are going to buy more. So the supply and demand happens.
It's true.
Yeah,
that's true. I know. I do like that piece too. And, and I think with oil too, you play a lot with the speculation, right? You play a lot with the political news. You play a lot with how tensions are with U.S. and China. Obviously, there's a lot of trade issues going on right now, and I'm not too well versed into the oil industry to understand how the price gets affected if China puts a tariff on this or puts something on that, or if issues within the Middle East with the U.S. or Russia, right? Russia's huge with oil as well, and there's a lot of tension between Trump and Russia. Like what are those correlations? And I think that's a big reason why I personally don't invest or have invested in oil, just because I don't know it well enough. But I like the thought. I like the thought process of definitely investing in something that, one, it's not going to go away for a while. No.
How many people do you know that drive electronic cars or electric cars? Because I know one that drives a fully electric car.
Yeah.
A Tesla. Yeah.
I don't.
I know, and we know a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that means that people are still buying gas.
I know.
Yeah.
Like it's.
Yeah.
Exactly. Maybe
20,
50 years.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? So I think, it's something that's not going to go away. It's inelastic to a pretty good degree, where even if the price goes up, like the demand doesn't go down that much.
Right. No, exactly. You still got to get to work.
Exactly.
Make money to buy gas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the economy depends on it so much, and all these large corporations depend on it so much, where they want to keep it in control as well.
Yeah, trucks. I mean, just think about all the trucks.
Yeah.
To keep all the product going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think it's but there's still the returns with the volatility. And so,
exactly.
So how do you play that game?
Yeah. You got to pay attention to politics. That's probably how.
I think so.
Yeah.
Huh. So that's his thoughts.
Yeah, that's cool. Now it's your turn.
Now it's my turn.
Yeah. Then you got 10 minutes.
Round 3, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Round 3. 100 grand. What would I do?
Start off by getting 200 ones and going and making it rain somewhere. Then you got
There we go.
So then the 99,000. Yeah, exactly. 99,800 when you do it with that much after you blow the 200 right off the bat.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You gotta have fun.
Yes.
Part of making money is having fun and giving.
That's true.
And you can do both at the same time. Yeah. And then the other part is investing.
Of course.
There's 3 parts to having money.
Of course.
Yeah.
Her name's probably Veronica.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Cassandra.
Yeah. My mind just goes to ridiculous places. I want to say words that'll get me in trouble, and I just can't.
All right, on topic.
Okay.
So how would I invest $100,000? First of all, you have to look at my perspective or my situation.
Yes, your
right?
lifestyle.
My lifestyle.
Yeah.
I live a very lean lifestyle, right? Don't have student loan debt.
Yeah.
I don't have car debt, credit card debt. I don't spend a lot of money just overall. Right? Not high maintenance, so I live pretty clean, pretty clean.
Yeah.
And I have been blessed with the opportunity to make $100K plus.
Yeah.
And find opportunities like that as well.
Yeah.
So myself, I'm an income producing person.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So I'm able to net a high amount just off of what I have. And then with the investments that I have right now, I have other money that comes in as well.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So the reason why I say that is I'll play at a very higher risk than the mass majority of people.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because
that $100,000, if I lose that $100,000, it's gonna mean a lot less to me than the majority of the people.
Right.
Than the mass majority, because I'll be able to recover that $100,000 a lot quicker.
Absolutely.
Than most people.
Yeah.
Right. So what I would do is, one, I would drop that $100,000 on only one investment.
Okay.
One investment, and it would all be dependent on the opportunity that arises.
Okay.
So
I'm with you.
I would be totally fine with sitting, and I'm in a situation now where I have around that just kind of sitting.
Yeah.
And so, but it's one thing that sucks because like part of you wants, you see that money just kind of like sitting in an account, right? And you're like what am I gonna do with this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I want it to grow and stuff like that. But sometimes like the real growth is the exponential growth.
Yeah.
And the exponential growth is when that opportunity comes.
Right.
And so like, yes, I still have money locked into crypto. Obviously I have my real estate, and then I day trade. I still day trade, 25 to 30 pretty consistently.
Okay.
But it's still pretty liquid.
Okay.
Stocks is pretty liquid. I can sell all my stocks tonight and have it in like 2 or 3 business days.
Yeah. Right.
Right. So I keep that pretty liquid. And so I think the biggest thing to, especially for those people that are able to be those that are in a leaner lifestyle and have the ability to recover that money well and deal with risk, is sometimes you don't want to play the waiting game,
right?
Because you still got to be out there talking to people, making moves all the time. But if you're doing all that stuff, the opportunity's gonna come.
Yeah.
And then when the opportunity comes, that's when you just go all out.
So it could be anything from retail to part ownership in a business to whatever, just whatever comes along, and you would map it up to your own experience. You're not going to go into something that you don't have little understanding about, unless you super trust the person that's doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then you would negotiate an equity position. For that $100,000, you probably wouldn't take any less than 20%, or would it have to be a 50?
It would be a 50-50
no matter what. I mean, is that your rule?
No. I mean, it's not the rule, but I think.
If somebody had a growing business that they say,
if they had an established business,
this is we're worth $300 right now. If you give me $100,000, we're going to give you 25, and here's our projections over the next 2 years, and blah blah blah. Like, would you be
obviously
something like that?
Yeah,
okay,
and it depends too. Like if I'm going to allocate a couple hours a week to help on
X
amount of things, or if I'm just strictly passive.
Yes, that's right.
Like it really just depends on the structure.
Yeah, and you either way, I think if you're putting your money into another business, you're going to want to make sure your money is making money somehow. So there'll be some level of accountability.
Yeah.
Right. Especially if you take a 50-50 spot, you're probably going to end up having to work there at some level. Yeah. Exactly. At least make some phone calls or do some networking. Yeah. I mean, and make some phone calls on behalf of the business. You know? Yeah. And that kind of information comes from watching a ton of Shark Tank. I watch a lot of Shark Tank because these guys, that's what they do. They own tons of businesses and they'll make phone calls on behalf of them and get them into stores, get them hooked up with people. Yep. Yeah. Mentor them.
Yeah. It's huge.
Yeah. So let's say, let's say, what would be the most fun thing for you to invest in right now?
Right now?
Yeah. Like say what kind of investment opportunity if it came up to you, or say if two came up to you that had equal returns and everything looked the same on paper, and what kind of business would one of them be to make it seem more exciting to you? How about that? And I know it's kind of hard to ask you that question because you don't do a lot of emotion when it comes to investing, but what I'm really trying to figure out is there something that you really want to invest in as a person right now that you wish would be a good idea, or maybe that you wish you could find a great investment in this category?
Yes, I do.
Okay, tell me.
One of them is, they're kind of tied hand in hand. So I think I told you about that wedding venue that I've been talking about for like 6 or 7 months. Okay. And my buddy's still looking for some land right now to build, actually. Okay. Because the initial property we looked at was bought by someone else, and then that was off the market. And now he's looking to find some raw land to actually build an actual thing. So there's that.
And basically, you would only have to build like a barn. Well, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it depends. That's the minimum.
Yeah.
Because
it is the minimum.
Because basically, if you can have the ceremony in there, if it's raining, you can have the dance in there and the reception. And it could be.
We want like a high end.
Yeah. So high end means nice like setting for the reception and the service, and then hotel rooms for the bridal party and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh yeah. All of that stuff.
Yeah.
Even like a pool house, maybe even like a little barn for like goats and stuff. If they want to take pictures with the goats.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah.
Like it could be on like a 20-acre lot, so then there could be like a little lake over there. Like
nice.
It could be a big
for great pictures.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's that, and then another one would be to like invest in some type of in like the south of Spain. If I can invest in like a business that's something that's like a not necessarily like a nightclub, but like a lounge, like a high-end lounge kind of setting, and so those two kind of investments work hand in hand, because the reason why I want to invest in something like that is it creates, I don't want to say it creates relationships, but it's just a really good relationship builder, right?
For everybody involved, or for you too.
Well, think about it this way.
Yeah, the parents of the bride and groom.
Well, just
everybody that's involved.
Just everybody.
Yeah.
Right? And then like you can have events with other businesses.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? I could have high-end dealerships that come there to take pictures or have like an event.
Yeah, their company parties and award ceremonies and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so then it's just such like a nice networking thing.
Yeah.
Where like you can set like events there, and then they're high-end events, so the people that come there, like they're doing well.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
dude, that's awesome.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you just like walk around like, this is my spot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's like 100+ people there, and it's just a complete. That's the investment that I see, not the money investment.
Right.
The people that would come to the events.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Same with a high-end lounge.
Exactly.
To be there. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. Where it's super expensive, kind of exclusive. Where people come in here are going to be people that have money, so it'd be great to talk to. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. I like both those things. I think are actually going to happen.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so.
So it's about waiting for the opportunity.
Exactly.
So, but you bring up something really cool, because in the beginning it sounded more like I'm just going to have $100,000 and wait for somebody to come and ask for it. But now it's really clear to me that I've got this money and I'm waiting for these two specific things to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which means that you can't just go and say, here's this money, show up with an opportunity. Planning it out is definitely the way to go.
Oh, yeah.
So you have this idea of, I am not going to do anything with this $100K right now. until one of these opens up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Oh yeah.
That sounds like a very cool way to do it and a very wise way to do it.
Yeah. But also don't be stuck. I don't want to be stuck.
Yeah,
on
that's
that.
true.
You know.
Because if you
it's
wait 2
something else.
years, you could have made 30% in the real estate market and flipped it or whatever, and whatever. So I mean, yeah, there is that part of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or like even if like a real estate, a crazy good real estate deal happens
Yeah.
tomorrow where I can double my money.
Yeah.
Like, obviously I'm gonna hop in.
Yeah.
You know. Or like another business that comes in, hey, I need 50 grand. Here's 25% equity. We're starting this up. Great business plan, great business owners.
Yeah.
Like, that's something I'll jump into.
Right.
Well,
and that actually brings up a really good point. Whenever you're making a decision, you're actually killing an option. Because that's what, if you look at the word decision, it means to kill, like to decimate something. You're choosing this, you're deciding, and the other ones are dead. Meaning if you choose the real estate deal, for now, the nightclub and the wedding venue are dead. Choose the wedding venue right now, the other stuff's dead. So deciding does kill the other options.
It does.
Yeah, so that's why you have to be willing and okay with that. That's what this is. And it's about the bounce back time if you do have a learning experience instead of a success. So yeah, dude, that's cool.
Right.
But I really do believe that both of those are going to happen. And I'm excited. I'm in here trying to work out how to get more of my money ready to invest, because right now I'm putting a lot into my 401k.
Yep.
And I'm over the next couple of months, I'm actually going to make a lot of money. I'm all set up to like clear a bunch of money, but I know a ton of that's going to go to my 401k. So I'm just playing around right now. Do I just minimize it to the exact minimum I need to get the full match, and then use the rest to kind of play around? Like, I'm seriously considering that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the wheels are turning in my brain right now, because
it's good to be open-minded.
Yeah, because I know over the long run my 401k is going to earn me about 12% per year. That's about right,
Which is solid.
it's pretty solid.
Yeah.
But if I could use some of that money and turn it into something where in 2 or 3 years I can double it, then that is better for me.
Obviously.
Yeah.
If it was that easy, everyone would be doing that.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
And here's another thing though, my debt to income ratio is getting better as I make more money.
Yep.
So by the time I'm living in this house for 2 years, I'm going to be able to start looking for another place. And you know what I mean? So like starting to think about that and getting ready for that is another thing that's firing off in my brain right now.
Dude.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Man!
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Killer right here, man.
31-31.
That's solid. Anything else you want to wrap up with?
Yeah, just remember that gratitude will take you out of any negative emotion that you're feeling right now. So if you're feeling a fear of loss, if you're feeling sadness, anything that you would call a negative feeling, find 3 things right now to be grateful for. Whether the only ones you can come up with are, I have teeth, I don't need help to go to the bathroom, and I've got some clothes on. If those are the only 3 that you can come up with, that's still better than a good percentage of the earth. So another thing that's crazy is if you have about $7 in your pocket, $7 and a little bit of change, you have more money than 7/8 of the globe. You are more wealthy than 7/8 of the globe if you have about $8 in your pocket. So that's something to be grateful for right there. Because when you find gratitude, worry leaves, because it keeps you in the moment. It reminds you that we are in a world of abundance. So that's what I'm going to end with.
Drop. Lifestyle investing, guys. When we invest based off our lifestyle to build future lifestyle. Mike, myself, until the next show.
Yeah.
If you got $100 grand, those are ideas. We'd love to hear what you guys got to say.
Yeah.
Solid, man.